Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Beretta 9mm USA here, and today we're going to bring you an exciting video. This is the top 5 handguns for 2020. We like to do one of these videos per year, showing off what we think are the best selections for you to purchase in 2020. These are guns that we have already thoroughly tested and reviewed, and that's why we can highly recommend them to you. So it's a little bit different than some of the other people bringing out new unproven products for an upcoming year. These products are tested and proven.
The bottom line is these are our favorite guns that we tested in 2019.
Coming in at number 5, the Dan Wesson Heritage 1911. This 1911 is sporting some LOK grips on it. They are the gray-black bogies. We've tested a lot of LOK grips out on our 1911s and we're thrilled with them. This 1911 is completely made of forged parts. There are no MIM or cast parts in this, and even though this Heritage model is Dan Wesson's entry model, it is a top quality firearm. All pistols have been safety checked before the start of this video. Here's the safety on this, nice and wide. Great sound to it. And when I hold this Heritage and shoot it, I can feel everything from every Dan Wesson that I own. It feels like a specialist, just not as many options on the pistol. So if you're looking for a top quality Dan Wesson that won't break the bank, this one right here should do it for you.
It's a TT gun leather here with the Dan Wesson Heritage. Very nicely protected right here. Kind of a minimalist approach to the holster itself, guys. The ammo is supplied by Elite Performance Ammunition from Sig Sauer. This is their 45 ACP ammo, 230 grain, traveling at 850 feet per second and 369 foot-pounds. Wilson Combat ETM mag here in the Dan Wesson Heritage. So friggin' good.
This Heritage has great features on it, from a front night sight right here to a checkered mainspring housing back here. The front strap is not. It is just a flat front strap right there. So if you wanted to put some type of thing on here to add some texture, you could. But when we reviewed this pistol, I pointed out several times that because you put on some excellent grips right here, it really locks into the gun. This 1911 is going nowhere that you're not pointing it. So don't be concerned if you think you won't be able to lock into this handgun, because that's not the case as long as you've got these LOK grips.
For you, this 1911 is the most traditional 1911 that you own, with it not having some of the niceties that you're used to on your higher end 1911s, like the front strap checker. And even though it doesn't have that feature, everything else about this pistol is top notch. Extended mag release, extended safety, you have serrations on the top to reduce glare, beautiful polished flats, and the rounded edges are a sandblasting type finish.
Yeah, even though it's supposedly a basic model, it's not basic, guys. It really isn't at all. And if you like this one particularly and you want a Heritage that looks like this, get the Heritage now, because this model is kind of being discontinued and a different model is coming out. A new Heritage is coming out that will not look exactly like this. And I do believe it'll cost $200 more.
Yeah, or $100 more.
So somewhere around $1,500 is the MSRP on this one. Probably can be found for in the $1,150 to $1,200, $1,250 range maybe. And when you're looking at something like that, this is an incredible 1911 and worthy of number 5 on our list. All right, guys, and coming in at number 4 is this wonderful Smith & Wesson Model 19. It is currently riding in a TT gun leather holster. Excellent quality on that also. Go ahead and get that out of the way for right now. And there is the revolver itself. This is the Smith & Wesson Model 19 Carry Comp. It is a performance center gun. With that, you get everything from an excellent trigger to just a terrific finish, very well done revolver, a tremendous shooter indeed. We both enjoyed it thoroughly at the range. Its double action is very smooth, and its single action, well, it doesn't really get much better than that.
Alright guys, the gorgeous Smith & Wesson Performance Center Model 19 Carry Comp. We've got it loaded right now with 6 Sauer Elite Performance 357 Magnums.
We shoot a lot in double action because we think that's the way you should train with a revolver. But if you wanted to take some shots in single action, it's one of the best out there. The MSRP currently on this Smith & Wesson revolver is $1,096. So even though it's a performance center revolver, I do think you get a lot for the money here. If you can find it for somewhere in the $850 to $900 range, it's a steal. Go ahead and pick yourself up one. You'll always be happy with this revolver right here.
This revolver's weight comes in at 34.2 ounces. It's very balanced and feels amazing in hand. You can see you have the port up front to reduce muzzle rise.
Are these the grips that came stock on it, or is this an aftermarket grip from Altamont?
Those are Altamonts.
Excellent grip right here, guys. So you change this one out.
Yeah, those are the G10 grips.
Feels fantastic. All right, and that Smith & Wesson comes in at number 4. Coming in at number 3 on our top 5 list for 2020, this handgun right here, the Sig Sauer P220 in 45 ACP. This is the Legion right here, guys. So as far as I'm concerned, it's the one to get. If you're on a budget, I talked to a couple of my subscribers, and you guys are right. If you're on a budget, the regular one, and then touch it up where you can to get it where you want it to be. But if you can afford the Legion right up front, go ahead and go that direction. This Sig Sauer Legion comes in at 30.4 ounces. For a 45 ACP, I was just telling young Beretta, this thing feels light in my hand after I'm holding some guns that are, 40 ounces, 42 ounces, full-size 1911s with a rail on it, is quite a bit heavier than this 45 ACP right here. This particular Legion does have the DPM Recoil Reduction system in it, and that always helps with anything that I shoot in 45 ACP. So if you guys have a 40 or a 45 and you want to reduce the recoil, the DPM Systems are the ones I use, and they have not broken, none of them. This is an amazing 45 ACP handgun with a great Gray Guns trigger in it. Let's go over that trigger real quick. Here it is in double action. Very smooth, guys. All the way back, very smooth. It is about 10 pounds on our scales. And then when you go back to single action, you're at about 5 pounds. And it's really excellent. Shooting off reset. Right there. It's amazing. A terrific trigger on these Legion pistols.
Okay, just takes a little getting used to. Pretty nice. Recoil is very manageable. How about some 45 V Crown from Sig Sauer? And I'm finding with this 220 Legion that I cannot release the slide, so it's slingshot.
This particular 220 Legion comes in at an MSRP of $1,413. So $1,413 is the MSRP, but it can be found for about $200 less than that. Somewhere in the $1,150 to $1,250 range, I think, is where they're being found if you want the full-on Legion. If you want a P-Series 220 that's not a Legion, you can find them for a lot less. So pick your poison. Either way, you end up with a fantastic SIG pistol in 45 ACP. If you go with a P220. This Sig Sauer deserves number 3 on our list of our top 5 handguns. Alright guys, coming in at number 2. This one is a terrific pistol. The Wilson Combat Beretta Vertec Centurion Tactical. That is a long name for an absolutely fantastic 9mm pistol. This is a joint venture between Wilson Combat and Beretta. And the outcome, well, it's one of the best pistols I've ever shot. So, a little bit expensive, yes, but a tremendous pistol nevertheless, and worth your consideration.
That was a 20 round magazine. It is hard to load. Difficult to load, at least new. 17 round magazine here. It's a shooter, man. This thing is accurate. Wow. Love the trigger. Trigger's fantastic.
This 9mm pistol comes in at 32.2 ounces. It is absolutely full of features, including the Vertec frame right here. So you've got more of a 1911 grip. It also comes with the Wilson Combat chrome silicone action tune trigger job. So the trigger is fantastic. Double action right here. So smooth all the way back. You want to stop right there, you can. You want to stop right there, you can. And then all the way. Tremendous. Single action. Take up right there. And it breaks. Fantastic, right? All right, reset. A little bit further out than some of your SIGs and stuff. So you've got to go out a little bit further for it. If you do it in a hurry, you can do it like that. Still a tremendous trigger, no doubt. Grab it, there it is, boom. Yep, I absolutely loved it at the range. It was a tremendous shooter. Some of the shooting I did with this Wilson Combat Beretta was back at like 30, 35 yards and then walking forward to the 15-yard mark and hitting the target as I moved forward. It's just a great shooter. It will do anything you ask it to do with very little extra effort. The dang thing almost shoots all by itself. It's just a great shooter, very accurate Beretta pistol, if you will. And Wilson does a great job on tuning it and getting it to the best it can possibly be. It is extremely well fit, and as I said, it shot extremely well. This pistol was so much fun and so enjoyable for both of us at the range. Currently, the MSRP on this Wilson Combat Beretta is $14.99, and they are selling for close to that at all my local dealers, if they have them in at all. So for $14.99, you step up, you get a handgun that you will keep for your lifetime. Very few people that I know of have ever bought one of these and then traded it in. I think maybe one person put a comment on our video saying they traded it in. Everybody else absolutely loves it. So this is a great pistol if you're in the market for a 9mm high quality handgun. And it's worthy of number 2 on our list of our top 5 for 2020.
Okay, we got 17 rounds of V-Crown ammunition, 9mm V-Crown from SIG, Elite Performance Ammunition. Double action first round. The double action is very smooth. Very smooth. Amazing. Just pour the rounds through this thing. Fantastic shooter, guys. The Wilson Combat Beretta Centurion Tactical.
For the mag here, it's definitely breaking in, it feels like a little bit. Let's try double action here. Double action.
And number 1 on our list of our top 5 handguns for 2020 is the Les Baer Boss in 45 ACP. This is an absolutely beautiful handgun that shoots really like no others. If you guys had a chance to watch the video, the very short video that I did on this 1911, it was very amazing at the range, and young Beretta and I both absolutely fell in love with this 1911. I think what added to this one was the hard fit build that Les Baer puts into his 1911s. As you grab this 1911 and you go to rack the action on it, there's always some resistance that comes from up here and then how the pistol is fit in the rail area. So from the front through the rails, there's a little bit of resistance to the pistol. Well, that happens also when you're firing the handgun. And if you watch the videos in detail, like I did, trying to figure out why this one feels a little bit better than everything else I've ever fired, you're going to notice that the recoil from the front of the muzzle area is much less than most all my other 1911 videos. This adds to the feeling of just awesomeness when you're pulling the trigger on this 1911 and you're firing it downrange. I absolutely love the sights on it. Fantastic for a guy who's 50 years old and needs a little help finding a sight sometimes. This one was terrific. And it comes this way. This is hard chrome down here on the bottom. This 1911 is top quality. There's really no skimping going on here. And for the price that I paid, because I did not buy it brand new these handguns go for $2,700. And that's a deal in the custom 1911 world. To be able to pick up a custom 1911 for $2,700 is really a very good deal out there. But I was able to pick it up after about 300 rounds through it for $2,100, which I couldn't touch for that kind of a price. And when after I fired it at the range, I knew right away this is a very special 1911.
Yeah, it definitely is. And speaking of that, after shooting this 1911, I had to go out and get my own Les Baer 1911, which is the Gen 2 Thunder Ranch 1911. Haven't shot it yet, but this pistol made me a believer in the Les Baer products and the hard fit barrel and just the way they feel when you're shooting them. It's amazing. There's nothing else like it, man.
It's definitely different than everything else, and guys, we are no strangers. I mean, we've got over 20 reviews up on 1911s, and we've probably fired closer to 30 or so. So we have a lot of experience with 1911s. This is my second Les Baer, and this one just feels a little bit better, I think, again, because it's a little tighter fit here when the pistol breaks, when that round breaks and you send that round downrange, how the gun behaves when it's recoiling and stuff just adds a little bit of specialness to it. And that's what makes it worthy of #1 on our list of our top 5 handguns for 2020.
Today we're going to be showing off the new style of 1911 mags we're going to be testing in all of our future videos. All 1911 pistols going into the future will be using these Wilson Combat magazines. We've got the low profile steel base plate right here on the 500C HDs, so heavy duty magazines right here, and then the Vickers Duty magazine, ETM style, with a heavy steel base plate on it right here. So we'll be testing those out in all the future videos, and we'll see how they hold up over the next year. We plan on using them all the time throughout 2020. So I wanted to give you an update on that. That's our new change. We're going to Wilson. Another Wilson Combat mag. This is an ETM mag. Using a lot of these Wilson Combat magazines, even in the Les Bear here. Amazing. 15 yards away. The sights are really great too.
Yep. This shoots really well.
The weight on this particular Les Bear comes in at 41 ounces. And if you're interested in the grips, these are a pair of LOK grips in the classic texture, which adds to a great feel for the handgun. Absolutely nothing to complain about with this 1911. It is fantastic. If you're in the market, and I've said it many times, if you're in the market for a custom 1911, I think you should give the Les Bears a look. They're definitely worth considering, and I think they come in at a little bit of a better price than the competition, but their prices on Les Bears have been going up.
Yeah, like this is actually $2,800, I believe now. They went up $100
Yep.
compared to last year.
Every year they seem to go up like $100, $125, $150 every year. So if you can find one of these that's left over from 2019, you're negotiating off of a price of $27. You might be able to get it for $22, $2,300. And if you can get that for that kind of price, it is a phenomenal 1911. All right, guys, that completes our list of the top 5 handguns for 2020. We hope you enjoyed this list. And if you're interested in any type of handgun like this gives you a place to start. Again, these handguns are proven already. It's not buying a new model that you're not sure what's going to happen with it, like the Glock 44.
Yeah. And these are our favorite guns that we shot all year. And we shot a lot of guns this year, you guys.
We want you guys to be able to dig right into that top 5 choices that we come up with through the year, knowing that we test, 30, 40, 50 guns a year and have for 8 years. So there's a lot of testing that's gone into our top 5 lists. We've done 3 of them now, and we do think that you'll be able to find something that you really like off of our list here. All right, everyone, thanks for watching the video. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel here on YouTube, Beretta 9mm USA, and support us on Patreon if you will. That's what's keeping us going here. Your support makes a world of difference. Thank you very much. Remember, your Second Amendment is worth protecting.